nothing too terrible. Our undertaker should be busy hauling people to the graves. So, stockpiles are holding good, plants are holding good. Q, make this a bedroom, and assign that to Washington. There. So, we can finish our second row over here. So far, so good. And we are in desperate need of actually getting our military up and running. So, team, we're going to need a new military commander. We're going to need a whole new setup here. So, I don't normally like doing this, but I think I'm going to handle military different this time. I think I'm going to do mandatory conscription. I think I'm going to put every male in the army. And then that should give me a large enough, and then I'll just have one team, which is the assault squad, like last time. That way I can get everybody start to train, and hopefully, you know, if they get caught, they can get away, kind of a thing. We'll see. Alrighty, so Captain of the Guard, Military Commander, and Hammer. Alright, profession. I'm going to pull all but 3 commoners out. You are now all soldiers. Our gender gap, I just don't have enough. So we are going to, we'll have to put women in the military because it's just not going to be viable if we don't. We don't have enough people power. Alrighty, so our first Captain of the Guard will be the first soldier we find, Kubik. Military Commander, we'll pick, not Kubik. Rakust. Hammer, we'll pick Fath. Alrighty, read our dwarves, and let's give them some nicknames here. Reg. We'll call him, let's see, Major? Yeah, we'll make you a Major. Major. Okay. Have you ever tried to take your stand here on a terrifying ground? I have done haunted, terrifying, and it doesn't work. The main problem, especially with the setup that I use, let's say an undead dodges one of the weapon traps, or even if he hits the weapon trap and he gets cut up into a lot of pieces, all those pieces end up animated, and it goes from bad to even worse. So, the only thing I've ever done to be able to successfully survive is I go in with the 7 dwarves, I seal myself in, and that's it. So, with the rain and stuff like that, it's just, until the game has progressed enough in its development where we have some tools against necromancy, like the ability to pulverize body parts to the point where they can't be reanimated, things like a crematorium or something like that. I've never seen anybody really make it more than 3 years, 4 years in a place like that viably without any mods or anything to that extent. So yeah, no, it's undead giant whales marching on you is pretty hard to beat. Alrighty, so let's see here. Kubik Rigoth. You are our captain, so we'll give you set nickname Captain. Alrighty, Rakustuk or something like that. Stuke, you are our commander. Set nickname, commander. And our hammer is Fath. Set nickname, Das Hammer. And that way I can keep track of those. Alrighty. So, what we're going to do then is we will have the captain of the guard handle any of the training and stuff like that for people we're not going to send to war. We'll just, for parking people to give them some military training. So, let's get him an office, which is here. Q. Assign, and that would be captain. Okay. And let's see here, the captain's going to want a room and all that special jazz too, so we'll have to get that started. Boom. Boom. Identical setup as the last one. So, alright, so hopefully that'll get the digging going there. We'll be able to get him all settled up. It's pretty much the same thing as the mayor. Wood's rolling in. Our roofs are done. I don't think our hatches are, though. Pot, iron hatch covers. No, they're still burning through all that. But all of our stonework is done. So we can get the last part of this project done. Build sea floor. This will tie up a lot of people. Actually, we're going to go box. And we'll go here all the way down to here. We'll burn through conglomerate. And we'll burn through granite. And we'll burn through gravel, dorite, gneiss. Ooh, we got some bars of soap finally going. That's a plus. Cobalite. And I'm officially out of stuff I really wanted to be willing to use. Conglomerate, marble, pitch blend I can use, and that's it. So that's as much roof as we can get done with every single rock that we have. I do need one floor segment right here. So we can start getting to work on that, and that will consume every single stone we have dug so far, which is good on one part and really bad on another, because that is a whole lot of rock. Dump. We can finish clearing out our cistern as well. Floodgate. Actually, I need this. Let's see. Fortification. Bauxite. That'll work. Get the first part of our deal set up here. Alrighty. So we've taken some losses. we're working through our. Let's set that as maximum priority. Maximum priority. Should be able to keep our butchers pretty busy at this point. Repeat. There. Let's see if we can get a full-time butcher here temporarily. Commoner. Actually, no. Let's see who's. What do we got for crafters here? Anybody who's not doing something? Nope. But I'll give all the soldiers butchery too. I'll put some more people in the butcher pool. So we are definitely not trained up enough to contend with the invasion forces directly, regardless of our gearing at this point. So this guy seems extremely unhappy. Who are you and why are you so unhappy? Adil. Enter thoughts and preferences. Adil. Race. Sort by name. Adil Bromark. Why are you so unpleasant? Well, they really don't have a reason to be all that unhappy. Apparently you just don't really don't like rain.
No. I can't do it. I just can't.
Alright, let's get our hospital up and running. He's probably injured is what it is. Bed. We're gonna go. We'll do the 3 style here. So we want table. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. So this pattern here, which I'll explain shortly here. Came out of the way that surgery may still work. I don't really, it's not very clear to most people, but with what it was is you used to do surgery on a table, and then they move them from the surgery table to either a bed or a traction bench. So what we do is we put a table in the middle, and then we put either of those beds on either side, so they only have to move them 1 unit. I don't know if that's still the way, but that's just kind of how I grew out of habit, so that's how I tend to lay out my hospitals. Bed. And bed. Okay, there's that. We put the zone in. Hospital. And then we need BH. A couple containers. H and F cabinets. Boom. And you guys can smooth out the hospital too, so it looks nice. Did you ever figure out a proper solution for chickens, or kind of just left them alone and they finally started claiming? We just moved them around a couple. We got a couple pastures, and then for whatever reason, one turkey took over one, and then kind of ran through it from there. So, yeah, it eventually kicked in. So, we're making progress. We're making progress, slow and steady. And then hopefully once we get this hospital up and running and things of that nature, we should be good to go. I'm just trying to clear out the last of the cistern, so once that's done, then we can flood this and get some water and get the roof started. So we're gonna need a lot of rock. Oh god, that's gonna be a lot of rock. I think I'll end up clearing out this area right down in here. That should give me more than enough. Okay, we got some traction benches going in. We got some beds. Hold L. Still don't have enough spare chains, though. How are we doing? Did they move any thread in here yet? Yes, thread is good. Splints, crutches. Don't need powder for casts, and we're not going to get that for a while, but we'll get there. Isn't it a little deep? Interestingly enough, I've never had a dwarf die while they're being hauled. I don't know if it's kind of just an interesting glitch on how wounds are calculated, but it doesn't seem to affect them to be moved. So no matter where you put the hospital, once they pick up the body, effectively that dwarf is invincible until they put the body down somewhere. So it's an interesting side effect. I don't know if they'll ever get fixed or not, but we'll see. The problem I have with hospitals, and I have a bug defect out on Mantis, it's related to prisons actually, is that people will, if you don't have enough beds, they'll sleep in the hospital. And if they're sleeping in the hospital using that bed, they don't get kicked out of the bed. So you can end up hauling a dwarf down to the hospital to be put into a bed to recover, and then if the beds are all in use, then they just kind of stand there indefinitely until one frees up. So, not a huge issue, but it ties up one of your dwarves. Build L. Alright, so we're still waiting on that. We're still waiting on some buckets. Okay. Yeah, it is kind of weird. I've never, no matter how badly injured they are, no matter how far the distance is, they don't seem to die while they're being hauled. They'll die the minute they're not being hauled. I've had that happen plenty of times. But the actual movement from point A to point B doesn't seem to affect them at all. Interestingly enough, and I don't know, it's been a while since I've had the opportunity to check, but they don't even appear to bleed while they're being moved from point A to point B. So, if they move on their own, yes, but if they're being carried by another dwarf, apparently not. So, okay, I do have some gypsum, so I think I could. Well, yeah, let's see if we got an opportunity. Do we have any? No. All right, let's sneak one in. Dig H. There we are, right there. No, I don't want to put a container there. Ugh. Dig H. There we go. And right there. Alright, we'll see how that goes down. And we're burning through some of the carcasses for those beak wolves. That's good. So we got a couple more hatches. H, floor hatch. 1 and 2. Okay, so I can lock this one. LO. LO. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mine up a lot of rock, but yeah, we're gonna start building the roof on the fortress. Um, Hopefully, we can get it done before we get any flying giant mantis mount creatures. We have more than enough quivers for our patrol team. We're actually doing quite well for leather in general, so we got a lot of butchering going on, so that's a plus. Let's see, fish. We got plenty of logging going on, so we're okay in that regard. We've cleared out our good chunk of our upper queue here, so although I really need them to move in that wood a little bit sooner. I'm gonna put a temporary buffer pile right here. Just would like all that wood in the fortress if at all possible.
Some haggard-looking migrants have arrived.
And another migrant wave. I'm just waiting for that vampire to come along. Bound to show up eventually. But so far, so how are we doing on leather? Let's take a look here. Z, stocks, leather. Should be around here somewhere. How are we doing on cloth? Yeah, not too bad. Logs we're okay on. Stone. Rough stones. Blah. Iron bars. Good jumps. Where the hell is my leather? Leather? No, no, no. Rings, flasks, buckets, cages, chains, animals, millstones, and blah, blah, tan hides. There it is. So we got, that's it, huh? 6. Oofda. Let's take a look here. We're doing okay. Plenty of beak wolf stuff. Beak wolf cloaks and all that jazz, but we only have 6 leather at the moment. So that's not enough to start getting a lot of armors and stuff. Ooh, did I miss a new invasion, or was those Tigerments the ones you've had so far? Yes, you missed an invasion of beak wolves. We lost Pyrinth, our champion, and all the steel, and he was decked out to all high hell, but he was a bit too fragile for the job, so he met a horrible grisly death, and then they got one other person that was standing around doing stupid things, so we lost 2 dwarves to beak wolves, which is why there's a big pile of beak wolves up here that we are slowly butchering and using for leather and whatnot. So we're busy. We're trying. I don't think we're doing very well at this point, but we gotta finish out our trainees. We're short 3 trainees. So I need to draft 3 more people. Race, profession, commoner. Assigned to squad trainees. Alright, so our trainees are up and running. As far as our barracks are concerned, we should have trainees training at almost all times. So we have plenty of bone bolts for people to be practicing with. Our patrol team. The nice thing about our patrol team is we can put whoever we want in this, really. Just so we can get enough people. So let's say, well, we got that new migrant wave. Let's go check and see that migrant wave and see if we can fill out our squad here. Dwarves, migration wave. Looks like we got a fair number of them. Custom profession, base citizen. Alrighty, sort by profession. Yeah, let's see here. We got a few people here I think we can get drafted in. We got another crossbow maker and a mason, so crafter, another bowyer, and you said you'd make a good mason. All right. Don't worry, you can always watch it in the YouTube videos. So you can always head over to YouTube, and we've got that incident recorded. Probably will be later tonight or early tomorrow morning when it finally gets done uploading and all that jazz. But you look useless, so you are going to be a soldier, and we will make you not useless. Assign to squad patrol team. Go. Let's need 2 more people. You are going to help with the steelworks downstairs. Crafting. 1, 2, 3. Go. Ms. Booth, you can help with the jewelry. Crafter. 1, 2. And I already have a stone crafter. I already have a stone crafter. Well, you guys can be pretty useless too, aren't you? Useless. Alright. Custom professional soldier. And assigned to squad. Patrol team. Boom. Alrighty, so we should still be good. We now have a full patrol team, full trainees, and we need to get commander assigned here properly. N. We want to assign him. No. Equip. Military. Captain of the guard. No assault team. Alright, so equip. You assign uniform, and we want to assign him the full metal jacket. There. So hopefully he gets all geared up. And then military, create squad. We're gonna just put you guys in like leather armor. I had somebody in the captain. In fact, there is Captain Rigoth. There. Why you would leave that position without me telling you to leave that position is unknown to me. Assault team. Okay, so hopefully the commander gets all decked out and trained up. And there we are, military. I'm gonna rename this unit because that would be his Royal Guard. There. Okay, they're grabbing wood frantically. And nobody has started on this at all. To redo this then. Don't know why that is not working. But we'll just do this. Let's see, floor. And let's use Cobalite, Grabo, Cobalite blocks, Dorite blocks, Hornblende, Orthoclast, Dorite, Saltpeter, Marble. There. Hopefully that'll kickstart it. You should put it in the, that makes me sad. You have a YouTube, you should put it in the frequently asked questions area below your stream or in info section. That is probably a good idea. I will get around to doing that as quickly as I can. So, yes, there is a YouTube channel that also has some of my League of Legends stuff, some dungeon mastering stuff for Dungeons and Dragons and things like that. So, yeah, everything here that gets twitched gets saved over to YouTube once I'm done recording. That's usually while I'm inhaling food. And then there's a later evening series. My friends get off work and they get home and they get their kids tucked into bed around 8:30, 9 o'clock Central Time, U.S. time. And then that's when we usually sit around and we'll play something like League of Legends or something like that. And depending if we can, again, keep our mouths shut when it comes to religion and politics, we'll record those. And Usually they'll still end up on Twitch live, but if it's not a good recording or it's just something that's probably going to piss people off more than anything else, then it just gets deleted and doesn't end up on the YouTube page. So those are listed on a playlist on the YouTube channel as RMG, Random Miscellaneous Gaming. So yeah, I'll throw that on there. It's on my to-do list, and I'll get that updated. So military alert, we're good there. Proc tables are done. That should be just about all the tables I need for the hospital. L still needs the chain. Still waiting on my iron chain. I can cancel that though. I got enough hatches. Too many idlers. It's all masonry work up there. Let's just get everybody. You know something? Let's just do this. Race. Dwarf. Everybody does masonry. Everybody does masonry for now. Until that roof is done, everybody's a mason. Yeah, yeah. Some topics get people riled up. It is definitely true. I got some conservative and some very liberal friends, and I tend to be the voice of reason, the moderate out of the group, and it gets pretty interesting. I'll say that. Just sometimes it's just not worth having recorded. So a lot of times because I'm planning to eventually when I get to about 100 subscribers on the YouTube channel, I'll flip on monetization and have ads and stuff running like on that. So I have to be careful when people have background music and stuff like that. So how do you get trees and stuff growing underground? What happens is, depending on your map, there are 3 cavern levels. There's the first cavern level, second, and a third. The first and the third have 2 sets of underground mushroom trees. So when you breach into the first cavern, the first set of trees and moss will start growing, and then if you break into the second level of the caves, then there's another set of trees down there that will also grow. So what you end up doing is you just dig down in the map until you can breach it. And the easiest thing to do when you're starting out is use the reveal command when you're starting out, and just do these little quick dig outs like this spot here, and this is the first cave level, and then everything that's on this cave over here will start growing wherever it's muddy, wherever there's dirt and stuff like that. Then there's a second cave level, which I really should probably patch that hole. Build sea wall. And that has the same stuff that's on the first one. Then there's a third cave level, which is way the hell down here usually. That actually is probably the third one that I just patched. Sometimes, depending on the map, they'll blend together because there's a deep pit. So, but yeah, that's all you got to do is bust out and take over the cave area and things like that. I tend to ignore the caves. It's more hassle than it's worth for me gameplay-wise for a while. Later on, though, in this series, if we can survive a few more of these sieges, we'll end up breaking out into the cave area and try to capture a couple giant spiders. And we want the giant spiders for 3 reasons. 1, we can get silk out of them, and if we can get them domesticated and stuff like that. 2, if somebody is webbed that's trap immune, they can be trapped. So what we'll end up trying to do is we're going to create another tunnel later, and it's kind of a standard deal that I do, and we're going to try to capture a Titan. What we'll do is we'll have a bait creature in the middle of a platform that's hooked up to a bridge. The Titan will get there, we'll flip the switch, cause it to cave in, and then what we'll end up doing is we'll pit monsters to the Titan. That's if there are any Titans left alive, and if we are lucky enough to get to that point. That takes a lot of luck, and depending on how things go, sometimes that just doesn't happen. So If I was any good at this game, I would make promises like that, but I simply can't. We'll see. Ooh, finally! Somebody's gonna make something legendary with a craft, finally? Yeah, whatever it is, it's gonna be made out of fucking bone. Damn it! Oh well. Still nobody building that. Wow. That makes me a sad panda. 16 people, all sitting around doing nothing. Yeah. Alright, is this all cleared out yet? D. Nope. Still clearing that out. There's got to be a glitch going on here. The question is what's the glitch? Are they all trying to get to this? Yeah, let's do it this way. We'll just reset and retry again from scratch. Oh boy, almost done. I'll get this all redone from scratch and see if we can get them to just start one section of this. Alright, build, C, floor. I'll just go right down the middle. Alright, go nuts. Our hospital's doing its thing. Still waiting on those iron bolts. What's going on, people? I got some chains going at least, finally. Maybe I can get a well done. Build L. L. Yeah, I've done it. I don't know, I'd say probably out of the 100 or so games I've played of Dwarf Fortress, I've actually pulled that off maybe 4 times. What you end up doing, and that's when I'll actually build a bridge, is you just like our goblin entrance, we have a whole nother entrance we open up, and the idea is we get a dwarf ready to flip a lever, and we just want to get a big enough area so the Titan's in the middle. We drop the floor and he falls down about 10 or so Z levels, and then we can kind of floor over that because it will be far enough down if we can get him to bait to another spot. It's convoluted how you have to do it initially, but it works. Basically, you dig a deep shaft with a little tail off the side with a second bait creature. You collapse it in, he falls down, then he goes for the other bait creature. You seal a bridge behind that bait creature. You rebuild the tunnel so you can drop, critters down like our mass pitting room, and then you can open that other bridge back up and then drop people down there and watch the Titan or whatever it is kill them. So. Alrighty, I think we cleared out all of our debris. I think we have. Okay, last deals. BH channel. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, space, space. There we are. So we'll do. Actually, no, let's do this. 2. wrapping up point here. We'll finish out this fishing room here real quick, and then we'll get the cistern flooding, and then we should be good to go. That should be all done here, right? Build X. X. Dig. Put the lever right there. Make ash. Good. We should have plenty of soap. IH. Soap, 750. We're good. Plenty for surgery. Got plenty of traction benches. Do I have enough to build a... No, still working on traction benches. Jam. How many more do I actually need? 1, 2, 3. Righty. I'm going to count this real quick. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I need 44 total grades. So JMQ, rock, grade 30, Q, rock, grade 14, right? Yeah. So this is where we're going to do our fishing. This room will have a couple fisheries in here, and we're going to flood it. As long as it's too deep, we'll be able to get fish in there periodically, and it'll be a safe place for people to fish if they're not upstairs. So just allows us to have another option for where we fish. This is a much better strategy if you don't have a creek where creatures can swim through your area. So did we get any rock? Yes. Dump. These there, and LTL lever, slate, and those floodgates are already in, right? Yep. LC floor. I just realized I need the floor there. Otherwise that will grow stuff. And we do not want stuff growing in the middle of nowhere. Yay, they built one segment. Alright, I can lock these. LO. And LO. There. Okay, our towers are at least secure. Our base is still wide open to flying stuff. Does it need water from a source that already has fish, or just once it's big and deep enough? As far as I can tell, they just spawn. You just out of thin air, as long as it's too deep. So yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know if it's like the spore mechanic thing that everybody talks about, or what. But it appears that as long as there's too deep of water, you can get fish in it periodically. I learned the hard way by not having a grate there on a terrifying map. I had undead fish and they crawled out, so that was a bit of a problem. So, and then hopefully they cleared that out already. That was pretty damn quick. Wow. They are on top of the ball.
Another baby. We'll have at least not an explosion of cats.
Needs light containing item, yeah. Alert. Okay, well, we've gone through. Here's our first forgotten beast. The Forgotten Beast, Noonaru, Zanara. Crap, I can never pronounce half of this crap. We're gonna call him Billy. The Great Bob composed of mud. Its wings, it has wings and squibs. It bewares. Okay, so it shoots webs. It's made out of mud, and it probably flies. Great. On the plus side, something like that is probably pretty easy to destroy. If you hit it once, because it's made out of mud, it'll just fall apart. So, the question is there anywhere you can get into my fortress? And I'm guessing the survey says no. Build. Ooh, forgot about that. Gotta plug that hole. He'll climb right through that lava. Let's see here. We wanted a... Do we want a glass furnace? No. We wanted a kiln. Yeah, that's what we wanted. We wanted to make plaster. Grabo. Alright, crossing fingers. No magma crabs, and hopefully that Forgotten Beast is not fireproof. Yeah, well, interestingly enough, you know, the odds are pretty good that most of the Forgotten Beasts are not as scary as you think. A lot of them are made out of, like, smoke or mud or sand, and if you sneeze on them, they fall apart. So it's not really that bad. So this one's made out of mud, so he should be pretty easy if he gets in. But he's going to be on the map now forever, so when we get around to him, we'll get around to him. Make plaster powder. Repeat. And that'll consume up any gypsum that we happen to have or not have. They're working away. Good. That's done. Let's get these hooked up. Add. Link to a floodgate. 1, 2. Add floodgate. 1, 2. Add floodgate. 1, 2.
I can't do it.
Jam, Q, rock, door, 30. Alrighty. Let's see here. He's busy doing his thing, getting the bridge and the floodgates hooked up. We should have plenty of beds in the hospitals. Yep, we have enough. We're short one traction bench, it looks like. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll see. He's busy working away on that. Unfortunately, it will only work on one floodgate at a time, as far as I'm aware. Otherwise, it'd be real quick. You know, everybody just works on all 3 of those floodgates, and then boom, we're done. I use the strip cage command here and make sure that strip caged all there. DF Hack has a great tool now for getting your goblin prisoners naked. So if you have trapped troops, you can just type strip caged space all and hit enter, and then it will remove anything that they happen to be wearing. They found that they're made of weird things. They still have a base value. Tough to kill. Nope, not at all. In fact, I remember the very first Forgotten Beast that I actually encountered was made of, I think it was made of soot, and one of my chickens killed it. Just went up, hit it, and it just fell apart. So, caravan from the mountain home. Yay. That'd be a great time for a siege. I could use a couple wagons full of free stuff. Oh, an ambush. Perfect. Where? Yeah, right. I think those guards are going to take care of you guys, and that'll be the end of it. Yeah. Goblinite, DBC, claiming all your Goblinite all belong to me. But they did rout my caravans. Blast. Shoot. But I might be able to get the stuff off the yak. Let's see here. What's on the yak? Contents. Nope. I'll get some meat out of it. That's about it. Some goblinite, and that's all she wrote. Shoot, crap, and crud. Still working on those. All right. Getting close. Getting close. Yeah, it was kind of a letdown, but it beat the, was it 3 fortresses ago? My Forgotten Beast was made out of it was like molten steel or molten bronze or something, and you couldn't hurt him. You couldn't attack him because if you attacked him, whoever attacked him would burst into flames. So there was no way to kill it or do anything. If I could have flooded a room, I think that would have killed it, but that's about as good as I could do. So I lost that fortress pretty bad, and I couldn't reclaim it. Let's see. Shift B. Let's see here. Doggy, pigs, llamas, turkey, sheep. It's that cow. Alrighty. Yeah, it was a letdown. That is true. It's just, it's what you got to do. Is what you got to do. So again, the other side of the coin though is you can get legendary creatures and beasts that are literally just unkillable. Period. I mean, it's just, that's kind of a disadvantage as well. It would be nice if there was some game balance to that, but Dwarf Fortress is considerably more of a simulation than it ever will be an actual game. So, alrighty, we're just waiting on a door. That's all we're really doing, waiting on a door. We're waiting on a door, waiting on a build. H. Now I can get these done. So everybody has a place to put all their socks. Yep, they're completely random, and the worst ones are anything that breathes fire. Just because it lights everything on fire, and it's just a disaster. Underground, above ground, doesn't matter. Ooh, looks like we did get some free caravan goodies. Yep. Oh wait, no, those are the goblins are probably stripping. Yeah. Never mind. However, since we've got a couple more goblin kills, we might as well build, trap, weapon trap. Let's get another weapon trap going here. And what did we get out of... We'll use the silver corkscrew, the iron short sword, the silver mace, the silver spear, the iron spear, the copper spear. And actually, let's do this. Let's deselect the silver. Deselect. We'll melt the silver down. That's what we'll do. We'll melt the silver down and we'll turn them into a big warhammer. Well, I'll say this. It's always good to have a contingency plan. And if you know that there's the possibility for an unkillable legendary creature, at some point in your fortress you should be building a trap for an unkillable creature that you can at least seal away. The simplest thing to do is have like a creature in a pasture somewhere, and once the invincible, unkillable legendary creature's in there, throw the switch to seal the bridge. And then once the bridge is up, then build a wall to further ensure that it never gets out, and then forget about it. So if you're losing a 30-year fortress to unkillable creatures, then you're not planning for, well, unkillable creatures that you're going to get at some point no matter what. So alrighty, we've hit the save point. I got some chores I got to get done here and get things taken care of, so we'll wrap it up at this point. Next time we'll flood our cistern, get our fishing area set up, and hopefully we'll get ready for our next big siege here. So hopefully our archer teams are busy working away, and we'll probably create a second archer team once we get going enough with the second archer team. Because the archer team is never going to leave the fortress, we can put anybody in the archer team we want. So whether they're crafters or nobles or anything like that, we'll basically have a standing policy that everybody's going to be in the military. It's only the assault team that's going to end up going outside of the fortress at some point. So, all right, have a great afternoon, great evening, enjoy. And again, I'll probably catch you guys tomorrow or something like that. And as always, these will be saved over to the YouTube channel at the earliest possible time in case you missed part of it or want to go back and rewatch certain areas. So again, thank you for stopping by and have a great day.